All right, man. We are live and in the building, coming to you from YouTube. This is one of the realest podcasts in YouTube, man. We are the Real to Sports Podcast, and welcome to another episode of the Real to Sports Talk Show, man. We got some good football talk for you guys, for the audience today, and you can chime in as well, man. And we will have the predictions for Week 16, ladies and gentlemen. Week 16. And we got a good show for you guys right here on the Real the Sports Podcast. All right, man. We thank you for being here with us on this Saturday afternoon, wherever in the world you are right now, man. Again, man, we are the Real Sports Podcast, your destination for opinions on anything and everything sports related. I'm sitting here, ladies and gentlemen, with the OG. Yes, sir. I'm sitting here with the OG of the group. He represents the defending. We're going to say defending, right, Q? Still defending. That's us. Still defending. NFC North Division champion. I'm talking about those mighty Minnesota Vikings. He is the legendary Q-Dog. My man.
Yes, sir. Glad y'all tuning in today as we get down to the final three games of the NFC season. These are very crucial games. A lot of them have a lot of playoff implications. Teams trying to hold on to the playoff number one, number two seed. A lot of those who are trying to stay try to stay in. Some of those are trying to squeak in. So these games are very valuable for the next 3 weeks. So pay attention, folks. We're going to give you some good information.
Yes, sir. That's her. My man Q, man, the Vikings is still in the playoff. You got that wild card right now, so you're holding on to
number six seed. Number six.
So hold on to it, baby. And
hold on.
Let's go. Let's go. Yes, sir. Hold on to it now. All you want for Christmas is a playoff.
That's all I want. We can do the rest.
Hey, it's coming up on Christmas, Q. No, that Santa Q Claus done retired, huh?
Yes, sir. I left him many years ago. We don't have no type of relationship.
Sayonara. Boys and girls, if you want toys, man, go to Q Claus.
Yeah. Then I'll point you the Toys R Us.
Boy, I know that's right, man. It don't even feel like Christmas, man.
Yeah, it doesn't. It don't really do. Moving up.
Inflation, and
well, that too.
Inflation won't let us enjoy it.
No. I think a lot of people are not able to get into this spirit. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I think the year moved real fast this year. So
yeah, it has, man. It's been a lot going on really, really fast. Man, we almost in 2024 in a few weeks.
2 weeks.
Jeez, boy, yeah, it's Christmas. Good God. Yes. Criminal time. Check out that Rams and Saints game. Rams won 30-22. The Rams are holding on too for that final wild card spot, man. I believe.
Yes. Yeah.
So the Rams is pretty much right there nipping at your heels, trying to actually they got a chance to move up. Um, I watched that game Thursday, and it started out very boring, very very boring, but it did pick up some steam. I got to give credit to the Rams, man. What a turnaround season that they have. Man, this team was like really dead in the water, and all of a sudden, bam! Sean McVay rallied those guys together. Matt Stafford is now a top 10 quarterback in the league now.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, he's doing this thing, man. So it's good to see the Rams in the defense. Aaron Donald is really, I wouldn't say they all that, but man, their defense is really stepped up, man. So you check that game out Thursday?
Yeah, I'm with you on the same thing. I was watching it, and it seemed like it was kind of like 10-7 or something like. Well, 10, not then 10-7. Saints scored their touchdown. Then after that, I think that's when the Rams let the dogs out on them, and they pulled away from them. And this is what I'm talking about. Teams that in the hunt, and they're starting to get their mojo back around, and they're doing it at the perfect time of the season. You're a really good, talented team, but just sometimes somewhere during the season they got lost in the wash. And so they're coming around now when the perfect time, and all this team, and like any other team that's on the break, they just want to get in. And then when they get in, then everybody's double zeroed in. So wins and losses don't matter. So we're going to talk about that. I want to emphasize that to all you wins and loss fans that's out here. Some teams that have been peaking and they're dropping. There's some teams that peak, drop, now they're rising again. Football is just like the wind. You got to understand it. Don't blow the same way for starting week one.
It's very true.
So, if you're a real football fan, been in there as long as I have, you know that. So you don't panic. You don't panic. You don't celebrate when you win 4 or 5 in a row. You don't do that. It's a long season, and things change. Injuries happen. So it's a cluster of things that can happen. So but when that playoff time comes, it's a different season, baby. Everybody, no matter what you did in the regular season, I don't care how many wins you won. Everybody, 0-0.
Yeah, you know what? You're so right, man. Because what was it? 2 years ago, the Raiders we started off 3-0. We was 3-0. Holy smoke, we was rolling. We was 3-0, but all of a sudden, Henry Ruggs, David Arnett, John Gruden, and it just went from the wayside. We finished 10-7. We made the playoffs and we lost to the Bengals in the first round. Like you say, man, it can go just like that. It can go just like that, man. Holy smoke. But you're right, though.
So I was saying, it ain't how you start, it's how you finish.
It's how you finish. That's right. It's how you finish, man. It's how you finish.
It's people, I know there's a lot of football fans out here. They fair weather fans, and when a team is losing, they don't have nothing to do with them. When they win, they all on them. You can't be that way. You got to weather the storm, baby. Every team is not gonna be perfect. Not gonna have perfect games. So I don't understand these type of fans, but I wouldn't want that type of fan on my team. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna go with us, go all the way.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I don't like that kind of fan.
Yeah, on the bandwagon, you got to go through and through, man. You got to go all the way. Like I've been, hey boy, I know you've been a Viking fan for years. I've been here 30 years, man, and a lot of heartache, more heartaches than celebrations. But
yeah, I know.
You still stick by my team, man. No, all the way. Jesus, man. You remember when the Steelers, man, remember they started out 12-0 and they lost to the Redskins or the Commander, was they the Washington football team then?
Yeah.
They started out 12-0 and they lost first round to Cleveland.
Yeah.
All right. That's crazy, man. It's
wow. But that goes to show we label teams that win a lot of games that nobody won't be able to beat them. You can't say that, you know what I'm saying? Because somebody come in there with the right game plan, with the right type of coaching, and catch them on the back of their heels, man. Any team can be caught like that. Prime example. New England Patriots went all the way to the Super Bowl.
Undefeated.
Yeah.
Lost to the Giants.
Could have had it tied the Miami Dolphins' great record. 16-0, undefeated. One game. And ain't nobody been close since.
And it's funny you say that because the Giants in 2007, they didn't even supposed to be in the playoffs. They was 9-7.
There we go.
They was gone, and they came in and they beat the Patriots and won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, man. It's wild. It's just about getting confidence, gaining right confidence at the right time, knowing that, somebody might be destructible, but once you found out, if you hit them in the mouth and they bleed, they can bleed, they can be beat. Then, then you give you confidence, I probably can win this game, you know what I'm saying? So, don't never write yourself out, you know what I'm saying? Unless, we understand some teams just, no matter what you do, you're just so far gone in your wins and losses that, there's no hope for you. But otherwise than that, I mean, they can still be a spoiler. So, every game from this point on, you got to take serious.
That's right. And that's the beauty of the NFL and the beauty of playoffs, that is one and done. And like you said, there's zero. Everybody's 0-0.
Playoff.
Everybody's 0-0. One and done, baby. You got to show what you got. Show what you're made of. You have to bring it once you jump in them playoffs. You have to bring it, and that's the level of competition is going to be extreme. We got about a month to go. We got a month to go, man, from the NFL playoffs. So I can't wait, man. And since you said you spoke up the New England Patriots, a team that was undefeated, that in 2007, I believe, 2007, they went to the Super Bowl and they lost to the Giants. But we're going to talk about today, speaking of the New England Patriots, let's talk about the legendary coach, Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick, man. Bill Belichick. Now, his rumor has it that Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots, is said to part ways with legendary coach Bill Belichick. With a month to go before the NFL regular season ends, a number of teams been searching for new coaches, and one potential opening looms is more historic and significant than all the others. I'm talking about, of course, the New England Patriots. The last changed head coaches 24 years ago, when they moved on from Pete Carroll and replaced him with Bill Belichick, who went on to rewrite NFL history. Belichick has won a record 6 Super Bowl titles as coach of the Patriots, dominating the salary cap era in unprecedented ways. After going 5-11 in his first season in New England, Belichick went 11-5 in year 2 and won the Super Bowl after Tom Brady replaced injured Drew Bledsoe at quarterback. From 2001 to 2019, Brady's final season in New England, the Patriots averaged 12.2 regular season wins and went 30-11 in the postseason, including 6-3 in Super Bowls. But since Brady left, the 71-year-old Belichick hasn't been able to make it work. The Patriots went 25-25 in the first 3 years post Brady, playing only one playoff game and losing by 30 in that span. This season, the Pats are 3-10, well, 3-11 now, after Thursday's win against last Thursday win against the Steelers, tied for second worst in the NFL behind the Panthers, who fired Coach Frank Reich 3 weeks ago. All right, Q. So looks like New England is starting after 19 years. It looked like Belichick and the New England Patriots is beginning to part ways, but I don't think Belichick said anything about retirement. I mean, he's 71 years old. Look at Pete Carroll, 72, 73. Those guys are still rolling. Look like Belichick is still going, but who in your football mind, who do you think Bill Belichick can possibly go to after the New England Patriots let him go?
Well, first of all, Bill Belichick been a face of the NFL for a long time. I mean, we're going way back to Bill Parcells.
Oh God, yeah, yeah.
I
Giants.
mean, yeah. I mean, this man. I mean, it's hard to mention the NFL without Bill Belichick. But we know as Father Time, he's undefeated, and things change, people change, and sometimes it's the way of coaching and the era of Bill Belichick in New England and the way this coaching style is not working. It's not working. So we know that they have to tear it all down and start from scratch. I'm thinking they're willing to do that because they already see the writing on the wall. Far as Bill Belichick going somewhere else, can he coach? Can his coaching style exist in the modern days NFL? Can it exist? You're talking about a real old school type of coach and well respected. And when players went to New England, they knew that he not only spoke of a champion, he represented. He had hardware to prove it with Tom Brady there. So a lot of trouble players across the NFL or players that had talent and couldn't produce whatever they was at. When they came there, they knew to straighten up and fly right because they knew that this was a chance for you to win you a championship. And so, but that's not going to be the case if you go somewhere else. It's not be the chance that you win a championship because of the organization. Now, I don't know. He might look at Pete Carroll and think that he can follow the same footsteps of Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll built this back on the doomsday defense and Russell Wilson. But they're not as dominant as they used to be. I think it's the situation. He has to go to a situation where there's talent that's going to allow him to just add bits and pieces and be the coach that he can. I don't think he can go somewhere and start from scratch.
I don't think so either.
I don't think he can. I think that he has to be somewhere where, they got players, but they don't have the right kind of coach that can make me motivate some players, add a few pieces, this and that. So he got to be somewhere like right here. He can't be here to start a franchise, rebuild a franchise. He can't go to the Bears or the Panthers or somewhere like that. That's too much for him.
See, speaking of that, the power of positivity is in the building. Drew to the game. What's up, Drew to the game?
What's up, Drew to the game?
Drew to the game. What's up, Drew to the game? He said Panthers. This is a Patriots connection there with the new current owner or maybe the Chargers. Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. Carolina, no, he's not gonna go there. Carolina is too bad. Their organization ain't well run for a guy like Belichick. But I can definitely see the Los Angeles Chargers. I can definitely see the Chargers. I know the Chargers like the back of my hand. They just need some guidance and some structure. Oh, I wouldn't say structure because they're a team that never get in trouble. I think he can do good with Justin Herbert, Q.
Yeah, I think that sounds good. I mean, the offense is not shabby.
Yeah.
They can score points. Just that, they got a coach now that doesn't really know what to do with the team. He's a gambling coach.
Staley's gone. They got rid of him, so he's gone. So that's a vacancy right there. He can do good with Justin Herbert. I mean, only thing about Belichick bringing him into okay, my second team I would say could probably do him some good is the New Orleans Saints. Dennis Allen is pretty much going to be on his way out if the New Orleans Saints lose their division. He's going to be probably gone. The New Orleans Saints, and I'm going to say the Washington Commanders. Magic Johnson is a winner, of course. Magic Johnson is part owner of that team. Bringing a guy in like Belichick, now that will definitely bring some structure in. The only thing about him going to Commanders, how will he do with that rookie quarterback, Sam? I mean, not rookie, but a young quarterback, Sam Howell. I don't know because he was Mac Jones, man. He ain't really doing nothing with Mac Jones, and I don't know, man. I think he just need like a more veteran type quarterback. Justin Herbert would be pretty good for it. I think the Chargers would be, but the Chargers, the Commanders, and the Saints. Now, out of those three, Q, which one do you think?
I think you hit it on the nails with the Chargers. With Justin Herbert being the type of quarterback that he is, and plus all the money that they paid him.
Yeah.
So they would want a coach like Bill Parcells.
Yeah.
You know, to compliment they franchise, quote unquote, franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
To compete in that division with Russell Wilson and
that's true. So Sean Payton.
Sean Payton, you know what I'm saying? So
Andy Reid, and you got the Raiders.
And, Andy Reid. Yeah. So that's an old school coaching division.
Yeah, got you.
Yeah, so that probably will work, but I can't see him going home sitting on the couch. That ain't gonna happen.
No, sir.
What's up?
What's up due to the game? Yeah, man. I don't see that. Like you said, going sitting on the couch or anything like that. No, he's a hands-on guy. He's like Q. He like one of them, you know. And I know you've been on a job before like that. When you see a guy that's 80 years old, and you're like, bro, what are you still working for? But they can't. Yeah. They can't sit home. They just can't sit home. It's kind of like my uncle. Shout out Uncle West. My Uncle West, 65 years old, man, but he out there getting it. He getting it. 2 jobs, whatever. Boom, boom. But he's 65. And that's kind of like like you said with Belichick, man. Like, yeah, his time in the era of when he coaches kind of moved on. But man, God Almighty, now he's staying there, just like Pete Carroll. Those guys still staying there, Q. So they're not going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going nowhere. But definitely, I don't think Robert Kraft is going to bring him back in his time. It's time for those guys to part ways. You done milk that cow till you can't milk it no more. You got 6. Yeah. You got 6 titles out of it. I mean, come on, man. I think Belichick going to be all-time lead winnings coach. I mean, why not, man? I mean, why not? Because right now, currently, Q, the Patriots is 28th in the league in offense.
Right.
And they're 26th in passing, and they're 25th in rushing. Only thing that's holding them up is the defense, and their defense is 8th.
Okay.
But they're still losing games. So that's because their offense is 28. They'll stop you, but they can't score.
Right.
Yeah. So I see it's kind of writing on the wall that the Belichick needs Tom Brady to win, and he needs Josh McDaniels. Those 3 right there was a pretty good 3-headed monster. They won 6 titles with it. I mean, but now all of them is separated, and now the Patriots are 3-11 currently. So it's just not working. It's time to break them up. Move on. The Patriot way is over. It's over. They got Denver Sunday, then they got Buffalo, then they got the Jets. That's it. So, and they can lose all 3 of those. Right. They're that bad. They're that bad, but we'll see, brother. We'll see. Next one, man, we'll talk about today, man. We'll talk about those red hot. I'm talking about those red hot San Francisco 49ers, man. Pretty much everybody's favorite to go to the Super Bowl. Go to the Super Bowl, man. The San Francisco 49ers. And I'm talking about San Francisco's 49ers quarterback, Brock Purdy, and San Francisco running back, Christian McCaffrey. On my mind went blank. Christian McCaffrey. Now, Q, here's the question for you, Q.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Purdy versus Christian McCaffrey. Who is more valuable? Because both of these guys right now are top MVP candidates for this season. Who is more valuable to the 49ers this year? Who's been the most valuable, you think?
I'm gonna say Christian McCaffrey.
Mm-hmm.
Reason why I'm saying Christian McCaffrey because of the couple of ways that he can keep an offense going through running, time management.
Mm-hmm.
Every quarterback needs that safety valve. This time it's a running back or a tight end.
Mm-hmm.
The wide receivers, let's give or take, but to have that safety valve to keep that ball moving forward, and to get you those clutch first downs, that's when the tight end come in, and then just to take the pressure off of you, where it ain't got to be 100% on your shoulder. That's that good running back behind you.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, but Brock Purdy, he goes good as the offense goes. But I noticed one thing about him, that you can confuse him. I learned that through the time that we played him. He had McCaffrey too when we played him.
Yeah.
So, but it was all of the confusion that the Brian Flores defense brought that made him throw those 2 or 3 interceptions that he threw that night. So lean on that. And but I think Christian McCaffrey is more valuable to that offense than Brock Purdy is.
I'm going to agree with you, because you could bring any quarterback. You could bring any quarterback in the league right now, any top 10 quarterback right now, Lamar, Stafford, even Mahomes, any Josh Allen, anybody, Hurts. You could bring any quarterback in to replace Brock Purdy, and they still will win.
Right.
But if you take out Christian McCaffrey, that offense will be stagnant. It's going to slow down like crazy, because Christian McCaffrey is an X factor. He's a serious X factor. This guy can run the ball, and also he catches out of the backfield. He's right now he's the most electrifying most electrifying player right now in the league right now. So I would go with him. I agree with you. You can't bring in Alvin Kamara or anybody like that to replace Christian McCaffrey, because Kamara, if you bring Kamara in, take out McCaffrey and bring in Kamara right now, they will not be as explosive as they are. They will be good, but not as what they are right now. Because we all know, man, the 49ers will hit you in the mouth quickly. They hit you in the mouth quickly. I don't know the recipe on when y'all beat them. I don't know what.
Well, the thing about it is that when they started off, they was rolling, right?
Yeah.
And then they didn't lose till we beat them, right? Or right?
Lost 3 in a row.
Okay, but we started it, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, think about it. This offense is still, and ever since they lost those 3 in a row, they've been winning ever since. Okay? You taking factor that the division being weak as it is, okay? We got to factor that in. That division is not as strong as they are, okay? They don't really have nobody there that can challenge them in that division.
That's true, Drew. That's true.
What you say?
You talking about Trent Williams. Trent Williams is the X factor too. Best offensive lineman in the league. But yeah, go ahead, Q.
Yeah, okay. But see, the thing that how we beat them was, and with Shanahan, he admitted that playing against Brian Flores defense, it's hard to game plan against them. So in order for him to be doing that, is that so he really didn't know how to run his prolific offense because of the way Brian Flores was putting his pieces in and out on his defense. You factor in that and the confusion of Brock Purdy. When he see all these moving parts, who don't blitz, who that he can't identify.
Right.
So that factor in him throwing an interception, and plus we bottled up Chris McCaffrey.
Yeah.
And that type of running back like he is, when those holes open up, he hit them. He pretty much do what he want to do, but you have to put a sting on him. We know that type of running back cannot take a pound.
Absolutely.
He cannot take that. But if you catch him a couple good times, I mean some good hard sticks, it starts to mess with Christian McCaffrey.
Gotcha. You're right.
It starts to mess with this.
Pressure.
The mentality that I am being hit, and I don't like to be hit like this. I like holes. I like to hit these holes, vision cut, do the things that I do. And when he get on a roll of that, spread him on the outside, use his speed.
Mm-hmm.
Keep him away from using his speed. You ball it and confuse Brock Purdy. When you do those two things right there on defense, and if you got a good offense, you can play with them.
I agree with you. And it's just like a snake. You know, to kill a snake, you cut the head off first.
Right. You got to, yeah, they the head of the snake.
Yeah.
And
that's why the Eagles did what they did last season, because Brock Purdy got hurt.
Right.
Brock Purdy got hurt, they beat the brakes off of him.
Right, because they didn't have no general that can orchestrate that offense like
there
that.
You go.
And they were dropping like flies, you know what I'm saying, the quarterback position. But what happened when Brock Purdy played them this year, and when they came to the Eagles, and they was on a mission.
Yeah, he was on a mission.
And they was on a mission, and Philly couldn't play on both sides of the ball.
No, sir.
So ever since that happened, and ever since that happened to Philly, blueprint got out. And when the blueprint got out, they have been known, they see that defense, they got great players on there, but the front four is not as dominant.
Yeah.
And so then you got holes, Swiss cheese holes in your defense. They can be exploited when it comes to Philadelphia. That's why they done lost 3 in a row like that. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is that the 49ers, I understand that on the road, but if you play that type of game plan, what I'm saying, and like I say, I'm not bragging on my board that we done it, because we done it. We executed the right game plan with Brian Flores defense and without Justin Jefferson. And so Kirk Cousins, he was on fire the way he was able to move that ball like that. But the defense played the bigger part.
Yeah.
The defense played the bigger part.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when Brian Flores and the defense took off.
Mm-hmm.
The players finally got the understanding of the defense. It took them a few games. Now they understand it. So these moving parts, they can understand how to play Brian Flores defense, and they was able to win that game. But what I'm saying is, I see that Brock Purdy and them are rolling like that, and kudos to them, man. You know, hey, they rolling, but they can be had if you come in with the right game plan. But you got to play both sides of the ball.
Yeah, you got to.
Defense. You got to play both sides.
Mm-hmm. What's up, GG? My man, GG Bravo. Ocala, Florida. That's my bro right there, man. He said we was hurt when we played the Vikings, Cincinnati, and the Browns.
Oh Lord.
Trent wasn't there. Trent wasn't there. That's a big piece. I gotta give him that. But hey, at the end of the day, Drew to the game said it was starting from scratch is what's going on. That's exactly what the Panthers are. The Panthers owner came from New England. I just see the possible connection.
You got to look at Belichick's age.
There you go.
And what's going on, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he has to have some dogs there first when he first come there at that age.
He can build it the way. Yeah, but it's
gonna take
too long, man.
Yeah, it's gonna take too long.
It's gonna too long. And Belichick is a guy that he wants affirmative action. He's 71 years old. You mean to tell me he's gonna come from a garbage team in New England that's 3-11 right now to a team that's 2-12 right now?
No, he's not going backwards.
No, man. I see where you're going, Drew, because they do need his help. Maybe not as a head coach, Drew, but maybe as a GM. I can see him as a GM coming in there, but that's Bill Belichick. This dude, he wants to be on the front line. And we all know from his past or whatever, Belichick wants to be the head of the pack. He couldn't be head of the pack with Parcells because Parcells is more of a dominant personality he is. So he went on to Cleveland Browns and was the head coach. Took the Browns to the playoffs. He left Cleveland Browns. He went to the Jets. He left the Jets. He went to the Patriots. So he always had to be the top guy or the decision maker. His decisions is not hidden right now, but it is what it is. But I don't see him with Carolina. I think I ain't gonna say he's too old. I just think this is his career right now. He's looking for number 7. He's looking for number 7. He wants I know this guy wants number 7. He's not gonna get it in Carolina. If he wants 7 with Carolina, he got to wait another 15 years, maybe 20. That's how bad Carolina is. But I would say he need to go to an established team again, like the Chargers, because Brandon Staley just got fired. Or he can look at the New Orleans Saints. Because Dennis Allen is pretty much, if they don't win, if the Saints don't win that division, Dennis Allen is out of there. He's out of there. And the Saints, they have a more established team. I mean, why not? But we'll see. We'll see. But to go back to the 49ers, man, the San Francisco 49ers, man, I'll tell you, they are one of the most dangerous teams. Well, they are the most dangerous team in the league. I mean, them guys, man. We talked about Purdy Q, and we talked about McCaffrey, but we got to give it up for Shanahan.
I mean, we know that's the only coach I know that constantly keeps the card in front of his face.
All game long.
We don't never take it down. So, you have
this the whole time.
Yeah, but you have to, with an offensive mind like that, you have to have a defensive mind just as the same. Mm-hmm. You got to. Mm-hmm. Because then it becomes the chess match.
The chess match, yes, sir.
If you can't play chess with him, he's gonna win with you all day long.
Absolutely. And the end this thing, it was a big. You know how when you play good, right? And I'm gonna hit on both of them, and it's got something to do with your Vikings. I heard something on ESPN. I forgot what it was, but they said that Christian McCaffrey is one of the most explosive running backs in the league, which is a fact. But they say they haven't seen nothing like that since who they said it was. I can't remember who they said it was. No. They didn't say who it was. They just said they haven't had in a modern in this millennium or something like that. They haven't had he's the most explosive running back right now, and they haven't seen nothing like that this millennium. And I thought that was a major disrespect to Adrian Peterson. Because I'm like, wait a minute. Now McCaffrey's good, don't get me wrong. He's good. But Lord have mercy. 2012 was Adrian Peterson. That dude was a monster.
Yeah, he's not on that level like that. He's good, but he is not extraordinary like one of these one in the millennium type of running backs that we see. I mean, we'll see another Christian McCaffrey. We will. But you will never, I doubt you ever see another Adrian Peterson. I mean, wasn't no big secret in his game. We're talking about north and south, bowl you over. That's the only thing that we had.
Yeah.
And
the media, though. I know the media hyping them up. And everything. They hyped them up, man. I'm like, man, wait a minute. Y'all haven't seen an explosive running back like that? Are you kidding me? Adrian Peterson was the NFL MVP. There's no other running back besides Emmett that got that award. Look at the time gap from Emmett, who won it in 93 to 2012. Look at that gap. It's been nothing but quarterbacks in that gap. It's been nothing but quarterbacks. So I can't believe that the media, they always come with some bull. But it is what it is. But I just don't agree with him. Christian McCaffrey is more to me of a modern day Marshall Faulk. Except Marshall, he's a better rusher than Marshall Faulk was. Hell, Curtis Martin was doing that. Curtis Martin was doing what he was doing, but he wasn't getting a lot of touchdowns like McCaffrey. McCaffrey got 20. That's insane for a running back. That's insane. Due to the game says C-Mac is their MVP. Purdy does well when all the parts are in the game. True. Take one of his weapons away and he gets stuck. True. Purdy isn't a game changer. I totally agree. Disagree. He is. He is a game changer. Man, the dude, man, he throws on a dime. He makes great throws and he makes great decisions. You see those wide. George Kittle got like 6 touchdowns right now, and most of them has been wide. He's wide open. And that's because of the play of Brandon Ayuk and Christian McCaffrey. McCaffrey's and Deebo Samuel. Dang, how many weapons they got?
Yeah, but when we're talking about Brock Purdy, he's an excellent quarterback. But like I say, and I'm not saying just because of my defense, that's the only type of defense that I know, that Brian Flores, he causes confusion in the head of your quarterback, because some things when he see, it's like a mirage. He might see something that's there, and then when the ball is high, it's something different. So he will throw that ball, and when he throw that ball to what he's seen before the ball is snapped, it's a defense is totally changed. So he don't know what the defense is. He can't come up and, I mean, he can make an audible or whatever, but until the defense is snapped, he don't know what the defensive player is going to be.
True.
He don't know.
True.
You have to confuse him.
Right.
You know, so that's the only way you get to a great quarterback. You know what I'm saying? But certain quarterbacks that's been in the league for a long time, like they ain't got no more like that. So I got to go past history, like your Tom Brady's and your Drew Brees and stuff like that. I mean, they done seen everything but the kitchen sink. I mean, there's no confusion in these guys. 18 plus years players, 19, 18-year players. I mean, what else can you come at them with?
Yeah.
So, but these players, these quarterbacks now, you know, hey, they haven't seen a whole lot. So, you know, he can be confused. He's playing with good talent, like Drew to the game says, around him, you know what I'm saying? But if you confuse him, then the good players can't get off because they can't get the ball because he's confused.
Yeah, I agree. And like you said, like you just named some of the greats, Drew Brees. One guy that really stick out to me is Peyton Manning. That guy never got sacked. He hardly ever got sacked.
Big dude.
Big dude. But he was so smart. He's seen the defense, the Omahas and the audibles that he called because he read the defense.
Yeah.
He read the defense. Here's another thing. Now, I just talked about Christian McCaffrey. Now, here's another thing that I've seen and heard. But now that the 49ers are rolling, they're 11-3, of course, number one seed in the NFC. Just won the division, NFC West champions. Now they're comparing him to Joe Montana.
No. Stop it. Please stop it.
You see how the media takes something little and they run with it. I know it's their job. They get paid millions for it. I know it. But
I know that. But what you're doing is you're setting him up for other teams to okay, we're gonna see if he's the next Joe Montana.
Yeah,
you know,
man, you cannot do that.
Don't do that. Let him get some hard work. Let him get some hard work first. Then you do that.
Yeah, you cannot put that man up there with Joe Montana. And you can't. I know he's a 49er. I know he's the quarterback of the 49ers, but you cannot put him up there. In the media and NFL, you know, podcasts like this, like us, is not going to stand for that. No, bro. No, we're not going to. No, he's good. Don't get me wrong, but you cannot say Brock Purdy and Joe Montana. They are two different worlds. Okay, so let's educate the audience here, Q, because we both grew up in that. Well, he was a little bit before me, so you know. But I grew up in that era of Joe Montana, and that dude was, to me, Joe Montana's the greatest quarterback ever, the greatest. He's the greatest ever. Tom Brady, yeah, he got championships, but Tom Brady's stuff is under scrutiny. You know, deflate balls and spy gates and you know all this other good stuff or whatever behind it. But Joe Montana, 5 titles. No, yeah, 5 titles.
Mm-hmm.
And none of them was under scrutiny. None of them. Mm-hmm. This guy, and you know, watching football back in the 80s, Joe Montana, comeback Joe.
Yep.
I was a little kid watching the games, man. And this guy could be down at halftime. He could be down 28-3 and come back and win 31-28.
Yeah, Joe Cool.
This guy will come back on you. John Elway, granted, John Elway was phenomenal. John Elway was, to me, the second best comeback quarterback I ever seen in my life. John Elway, he'll come back on you. But Joe Montana, oh my God. And another thing that Brock Purdy, you cannot put Brock Purdy with Joe Montana because Joe Montana took a beating. He took a beating, Q. Back in that era where you can hit. And Joe Montana took a beating. The New York Giants. He had to play the Giants every single time. And he said in an interview, oh man, my season was going great until I had to play those Giants. The New York Giants, they put a beating on him, but he still win the game. Brock Purdy, the Eagles put him out last year, he was gone. So I'm not taking anything away from Brock Purdy because he's good. The boy can play. Mr. Irrelevant, you can call him whatever, man. That boy can throw. He made great throws, but you cannot put him in the conversation of Joe Montana. Q. I think that is I ain't gonna say it's disrespectful, but you just something I can't stand for it, bro. I just can't stand for it. What you think about Montana and Purdy?
No, I mean, there's just no comparison of the two. I mean, he just beginning his career to Joe Montana, man. I mean, we talking about Joe Cool. I mean, he the one threw the bomb. No, not wasn't him. But anyway, he the one is that when he when there was the Candlestick Park back then, that was the name of the stadium back.
Candlestick Park.
I mean, when you went out there, it was just damn near. It was automatic scratch. You might scratch an L in your collar because it's hard to beat them out there with Joe Cool out there. Jerry Rice and the boys, there, man. Yeah. Joe was just cool, man. He wasn't router. He wasn't no yeller. He wasn't going for a player. He just played the game. And he was a winner.
He was a winner. No excuses. No nothing. Nothing. Q. And also Q. He had one of the greatest coaches ever, Bill Walsh. The West Coast offense.
Come on now. The Bill Walsh tree. Come on.
The West Coast offense. That offense was, oh my God. And then you had the greatest wide receiver ever. Come on, Q. He made Jerry Rice. When Jerry Rice first came, he sucked.
He did. The dropping ball.
Yeah, he couldn't catch a cold. Couldn't catch nothing. Jerry Rice, garbage. And then here come Rice. He got it together. Him and Joe. That's why I see, I say Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning, when they used to work out, that's how Joe Montana and Jerry Rice were. They started that. And then here come John Taylor. And then here come Brent Jones. Dwight Clark, then Brent Jones. Tom Rathman, Roger Craig. The places would, but you cannot to go back, man. You can't compare. You can't compare. No, you can't do it, man. But Brock Purdy is great. I like Brock Purdy. Got a lot of respect for him. I'm with the 49ers, man. I would like to see the 49ers and the Ravens, Baltimore Ravens, because one thing about it, we talk about the 49ers, but we can't in the AFC, man. You gotta talk about the Baltimore Ravens. They are phenomenal right now too. Their defense is a beast. Q.
Which is going to be one of the most predominant games on Christmas Day.
Yes, sir.
Super Bowl preview.
Yes, sir. I can't wait. I would love to see the 49ers versus the Ravens, 2012 rematch of the Super Bowl, and that's going to be good. Two of the best teams in the league going at it, man. But Baltimore Ravens should get some respect too because they're 11-3. They've been putting down some teams. That defense is good. Lamar should be he is in the talk of MVP. He's not probably going to get it over McCaffrey or Brock, but phenomenal season for Lamar and the Baltimore Ravens. All right, man. That was football talk, man. So we're gonna roll on. We're gonna roll on here. We're gonna roll on to these predictions for Week 16. Oh, that went bad. But here we go, man. Week 16. It's me and the dog. I got the dog right here, the legendary Q Dog, representing the Minnesota Vikings in the building. He is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies, hold everything. Hold everything after the show. Hold it all. Hold it all after the show. Hold it all. All right, Q Dog, man. Let's jump into this thing, man. Week 16. Week 16. First game. Well, of course, the Rams over the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. The Cincinnati. We got the AFC North Division game. The Cincinnati Bengals. They go down to the Steel City to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is Mason Rudolph making his first start of the season here, taking over for starting quarterback, injured quarterback, Kenny Pickett. So who you got there, big dog? You got the Bengals or the Steelers?
Oh man, we played the Cincinnati Bengals last week in a heartbreaking overtime loss that we could control the game and won it the way we wanted, but certain things didn't go our way toward the end of the game. I kind of was impressed with what's the quarterback for Cincinnati?
Jake Downey. Jake
Jake
Browning.
Browning. Yeah, I was impressed with Browning. Mixon, and I don't know if Chase is going to be playing in this game. He messed up his shoulder, so I don't know if he's going to be playing.
I don't see the injury report.
Okay, so he might be playing. Pittsburgh's up and down. I think this is a team that they win games, but I think it's definitely a team you don't want to see them in the playoffs. I think again, the playoffs they'll probably get blowed out. This will be a divisional rivalry. I think it'll be competitive, but I think the Bengals win out on this one.
The Bengals. One with the Bongos. Okay. All right, dog. You know what? I'm a You know what? I'm gonna go with the Bengals too. I'm gonna go with the Bengals. They're a little bit more high powered. Well, I ain't gonna say high powered, but they're a little bit more established than the Steelers right now. Steelers, what a up and down season that they have.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with the Bengals as well. I believe Jake get it done. Jake has proven that he can win a game or two or three. So I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the Bengals as well. And it's different, man. It's different doing predictions, man. This is my first prediction, man. This is my first prediction. I did one by myself, but this one right here, this is a little weird. But let's go. All right, man. Next game. Don't beat me too bad, Q.
I'm gonna try to.
Look, I'm already starting to feel it now. Yeah. Oh man. The Buffalo Bills. They go to Los Angeles to take on the Los Angeles Chargers here. Who you got there, Q-Dog? Buffalo or the Charge?
Oh, man, I tell you what, we're talking about two good quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. Buffalo, with that thrashing they put on Dallas last week.
Oh, God, yeah.
The Chargers firing their head coach, Justin Herbert. But I think it's coming down to the defense, and I really think that Buffalo Bills have a better defense. Mm-hmm. In a sense. I think it'd be a good game. It'd be probably more of a shootout. But in a shootout, I think Buffalo wins.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go with Buffalo as well, because Buffalo right now is I like this sense of urgency that they're doing right now. They're getting the job done. They're getting the job done. The sense of urgency that at one time they were 6-6. So now they're moving right along now. They were 7-7. I think at 8-7 now. So I'm seeing Buffalo move. They're starting to get it together. They got the sense of urgency. So I definitely see them over a team like the Chargers. Getting the win over that. Let's see here. Yeah. Gigi said too. Bills on the road. They are. They're man. Josh Allen, man, them boys is rolling. Especially Dalvin Cook's brother. Oh my God.
Yeah, his brother rolling.
Oh, he put something on the Cowboys.
Put something on them.
Well, he put something on them Cowboys, boy. That was a good game, man. It was good to see him ball out like that, especially against a team like the Dallas Cowboys. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The next game, man, we got the Indianapolis Colts. They travel down south to Mercedes-Benz Stadium to take on the Atlanta Falcons here. This might be a trap game on the Colts, but who you got there, big dog?
Desmond Ritter and the Atlanta Falcons really, to me, is a joke. I think they really are dominant only because of the way this division is so weak. Mm-hmm. But that being said, the Colts, I like the way they stay competitive in games. They score points. They're really never out of a game. I think that the Colts offense is a tad bit too much for the Atlanta. Only thing they got is the running back that they have, and so that being said, I think overall the Colts are a better team. So I'm gonna take the Colts.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you again, man. The Colts and Gardner Minshew has really stepped up to the plate as being the starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts over the injured Anthony Richardson. Right now they're kind of rolling as well. I like their offense. Defense is a little shaky. Falcons is starting Taylor Heineke for the rest of the season because Desmond Ritter just can't cut it. And I think a lot of going on with the Falcons as far as Arthur Smith, their head coach. He's pretty much getting up out of there too. So I'm going to roll with the Colts as well. Next game, we got the Green Bay Packers. They're going to Charlotte, right down the road there. Going 85 South, Charlotte, take on the Carolina Panthers. Big dog?
Well, much as I would like for Green Bay to lose, just to keep them out of playoff contention, Charlotte, they won last week. The second game they won. Still, though, you're facing Jordan Love. He showed flashes that he can move the ball. They can score. I think the offense is a whole lot better than Carolina. So let me take Green Bay on this one.
Green Bay it is. I'm going with Green Bay as well. Again, I'm going to go with the more established team. Right now, Carolina, of course, just not clicking on all cylinders. When you score 9 points against the Falcons, you kick 3 field goals. You can't move the ball downfield. And he's definitely not going to do it against Kenny Clark, Preston Smith, Jair Alexander, and Savage. So, I mean, good luck to that. So, I'm going with Green Bay as well. Next game, man, we got the Cleveland Browns. They taking on the Houston Texans. And I believe this is C.J. Stroud's return after coming back from a concussion against Joe Flacco. Man. And shout out to the Cleveland Browns, man. The Browns, 1 game away. We're going to playoffs, man. One game away. They're 9-6, I believe. They're right. 9-6, I believe. So 1 game away. 1 game away, Q. Winning 10 games here. But Joe Flacco has been pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
He's did pretty damn good with the Cleveland Browns. So who you got there, brother? You got the Browns or the Texans?
Well, we're talking about playoff. These are 2 playoff implicating teams.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at 2 good defenses.
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking at C.J. Stroud, man. It's just he got that roar. He just ran away with that thing.
He got the roar.
And so and then you got Joe Flacco. Resurrection of his career.
Yeah.
Come back with that gunslinging arm he has. Yeah. And so I'm looking at this game to be straight out as a defensive struggle at first.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think who offense is going to be going back and track towards the end of the game, and I think it's going to be the Houston Houston Texans. I think that C.J. Stroud will find a way. This young man is just doing things. I don't think they can clamp him down all game alone. So I'm thinking this Houston Texans going to win this one in a close.
Okay, now we're gonna separate the pack here because I'm gonna go with Cleveland. I'm gonna go with Cleveland here. Cleveland, I think Joe Flacco, he's got that little high end right now, and they got a pretty decent run game. Texans do not have a good run defense whatsoever. I'm gonna go with Cleveland, man. I think they're hungry for that 1 game to get 10. And I can definitely see Myles Garrett in that defense and Greedy Williams and everybody else. Denzel Ward. I said Ward. Yeah, I think so. Getting the job done against Houston. I can see that. I'm gonna go with Cleveland on this one.
All
right. Next game. We have the NFC North division game. We got the Detroit Lions They go into the Dome to take on Q-Dog's Minnesota Vikings. Lions and the Vikes. This is going to be an interesting game, but before I get to the dog, and the dog going to tell us the game plan, I'm going to have to go with the Lions, bro.
Okay.
I'm going to have to go with D. I got to go with the D on that, Paul. I'm going to have to go with the Detroit Lions on it because right now Minnesota don't have an established quarterback. Nick Mullins is good, but as you can see with Cincinnati, Nick Mullins made a lot of bad decisions. Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll with it. The only thing that can keep Minnesota afloat in this is that defense, but that defense is gonna get tired out because that offense is not that strong, just because they don't have a quarterback. But I'm gonna go with the Detroit Lions. All right, big dog. What's the game plan to beat these aggravating Lions that you need to really knock them out right now? Like, so what's the game plan going in?
Well, I agree with you with everything that you said, and I understand what you're saying about Nick Mullins. But in that course of that game last week in Cincinnati, he was the most consistent quarterback that was on the like Kirk Cousins type of play mentality that we like. That we like a quarterback to get the ball to the playmakers. And that's what he did. He was distributing the ball to the playmaker. We got our early Brian defense was clamped down. But his 2 interceptions in the red zone, the turnover that was killers all along.
Turnovers. You've been saying that all year long. You've been saying that all year
long. He tried to play hero ball.
Mm-hmm.
And so it cost us. We had to then fight to win. So I think the key is going to be Nick Mullins. Yeah. I think they started him again for this reason because they feel confident that he can orchestrate this offense. And he's shown that he can, not by just by him himself, but just get the ball to the playmakers. That's all they got to do. Brian Flores will bring the defense. This will be a whiteout game, white uniforms, white field. So that's something they do every year. Have a Christmas Eve whiteout game. But in order to win this game, I know that Detroit, they smashed Denver and everything, but they still not as dominant as people think they are.
Right.
To me, they're not as dominant.
I agree.
And Jared Goff, Brian Flores, ever since he played against Brian Flores, he has confused them.
Yes. Yeah.
A lot. And I think that continues on. Brian Flores was the first time facing Brian Flores defense this year. I think Brian Flores will confuse him. He will turn the ball over a couple times. I think this will be a close game, but I think we can pull this one out.
We shall see, brother. You definitely need this win.
Definitely.
Because the Lions are in your way. They're 3 games up on you. Yeah, so you definitely get this win. Hey, why not? Next game, man, we have the Washington Commanders. They're going to old MetLife, as we can say now. Direct Jet Life. They're going to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Jets. Washington versus the Jets. This right here, Q, got me kind of, when I looked at this game, I'm like, man, this is going to be tough to play. Both teams are pretty weak right now. I started off, man. Man, it's one of these you just don't know. Like, if anything, man, I'm gonna roll with the Jets. I'm gonna roll with the Jets on it. Only because of their defense is real solid. We played the Jets this year, and oh my God, the Jets defense is tough. They got my respect. So I was saying that I'm gonna go with a better defense because both offenses just not clicking. I'm gonna go with the Jets on this. Who you got there? Washington or the Jets?
Well, like we say, both of these teams, there's no playoff implication going on here. Maybe they're playing for pride, you know what I'm saying? But I really feel like they both been up and down. Washington, they kind of like they win some games, lose, but they lost more than they can win. Gave away a lot of players than free agency, some of the dominant players. I mean, when the trade deadline, gave up the two best defensive linemen, sent them on. So they're clearly in rebuilding mode. Just waiting on Aaron Rodgers to come on back through next year. But if I'm choosing to win, who can win this game right here, I'm at the end of the day, you got to go with the defense, and the Jets clearly have a better defense. They're stout defense. And I think this defense will control the game and they'll win. So I'm gonna go with the Jets too.
Yeah, the Jets, that defense. It's just gonna. Two teams is not pretty good on offense. So why not go with the Jets? All right. Next game, man, we have the Seattle Seahawks. They travel to Nissan Stadium to take on Derrick Henry and the Tennessee Titans. Whew, boy. I'm gonna go with Tennessee on this one. I believe Tennessee's run game with Derrick Henry is gonna get refueled. The thing about Tennessee, man, they play good teams good. They play bad teams bad. Seattle is a mediocre team, so I definitely see them getting the win against the Seahawks right now. Seahawks are just they in, they out, they in, they out. I think this is where they're gonna be out at. So I'm going to go with Tennessee. Will Levis and he probably throw 3 touchdowns probably. Will Levis, Derrick Henry run for maybe 1, but he's definitely going to be the factor in there. So give me the Titans on this one. So you got the Hawks or the Titans.
Well, last Monday night the Seahawks played a game where they came back against the Philadelphia Eagles and they won that game. Considering what Philadelphia has been going, they're in a state of confusion. So they was able to get up on them, but they also the defense wasn't tight enough to let them come back. So that being said, Will Levis is doing good. He's got a bright future, and with the way that Seattle plays, they're not dominant, but they win games, but they lose more games than they're really supposed to win. So that being said, I'm gonna take the Titans on those. I can't see them going on the road.
Yeah,
being able to do what they did Monday night. I think they'll lose their composure on the road, and they'll lose this game. So I'm gonna take the Titans.
Yeah, I agree with you. The next game, man, we have Jacksonville Jaguars. This is a battle of Florida. Both teams are in Florida, man. Jacksonville Jaguars. They travel to Raymond James Stadium to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oh man, that's who you think, big dog? Jaguars or the Bucs?
Man, I tell you, man,
it's tough too.
It's gonna be a tough one here, but the more I hear, think about Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I keep hearing Mark, echoing my ear about Baker Mayfield, and Evans is having a phenomenal year. He's kind of look like the comeback kid, no matter how tough the games is, and he found a way to get these balls to his make these first down, move these chains, get it to the playmaker, Mike Evans, and so it's going to be a tough one.
That's what I said. Tough.
I think this will be it might be kind of more of a defensive battle. I don't see it, I just see one dog out there, Mike Evans. I don't really see a dog in Jacksonville like that. But they have players that can move the ball. It's gonna be I think it comes down to quarterback play. And I think Baker Mayfield I think he's a more of a right about now. I mean, I just Trevor Lawrence. I mean, I can't see him outshining Baker Mayfield. I can't see him outside. I can see they going gun for gun, but at the end, I think Baker Mayfield gonna get him. So let me take the Buccaneers on this.
We'll take the Bucs on it. Yeah, Baker's a little hot right now.
Yeah,
a little hot right now, but I gotta go with Jacksonville. More established again. Jacksonville's been on they've been up and down and out, but I can definitely see the Jacksonville at the end of the season because they know that division is still up for I ain't gonna say up for grabs with the Texans in them too. I'm gonna say Jacksonville edge it out. It'll be a very, very, very close game. It's like a 21-17, 24-20 type game. I definitely see it being close, but I think Jacksonville come up with the win on that. I think Jacksonville. All right. Oh boy, this is a game right here. Why not? The Arizona Cardinals, they go to Soldier Field to take on the Chicago Bears here. Bro, you know the Bears more than I do about the Bears. Who you got? The Bears or the Cardinals?
Well, this game right here has no playoff implications whatsoever.
No, sir.
So they're just really playing for pride.
Yeah. Are they? Or are they playing for draft? Well, the Bears got number one draft anyway. Draft capital.
Yeah, draft capital. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, Arizona, man, they shocked me when they went to Pittsburgh and won.
Very true.
But, they came back and faced their nemesis and got, handled by the 49ers.
Yeah.
Chicago Bears, Justin Fields, I just don't. But I think at the end, I think just the Bears are a little bit more better team. So I'm going to take the Bears.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to go with the Bears too. The Bears are a little bit more. They got a very decent secondary. I like the secondary. One thing about the Bears, they pick you off if you ain't watching. And another thing, man, is the elements. It's going to be very cold in Chicago. Arizona's not used to that. They're a dome team and in a hot, not right now, but more warm climate. Can they adapt to a place like Chicago, which is, of course, nicknamed the Windy City? It's going to be very cold in Chicago. And can the Arizona Cardinals adapt to that? I don't know, because you right there in the Bears' home, and they known for cold weather football. So yeah, give me the Bears as well on that. I'm gonna go with the Bears. All right, we're gonna take a moment. We're gonna take a brief commercial break here. So I got to pay the bills here and pay the bills, and we got a commercial for our sponsors, representing our sponsors, man. So we'll be back right here in 45 seconds. All right, man. I'd like to thank our sponsors, man. Van Powers. If you want bikes, if you're a bike rider, bicycle rider, man, if you want discount on bicycle parts or just one of those beach cruises, man, choose Van Powers. Van Powers as your destination for that. Also want to thank Fanatics. Fanatics, our sponsor, Fanatics, man. If you want your team's jersey, hat, scarf, gloves, whatever, Fanatics is the place to be. Also, Fantasy Sports Evo, Fantasy Sports Evo, man. That is a place where you can go and play fantasy football anytime. MLB, if you're a baseball fan, an NBA fan, football fan, Fantasy Sports Evo. Trust me, it is fun. It is something to get into if you got nothing to do. You can do that. Instead of choosing players this time, you will be choosing teams. So that's going to be even better and less confusion. Instead of going through each player, you'll have teams to choose. So choose Fantasy Evo for that. Also, Sportsline. Sportsline will give you all the insight on what's going on in the NFL as well. And SeatGeek, man. If you are going to a concert, if you're looking to go to a concert or a comedy concert or NFL, NRV, whatever the case may be, go to SeatGeek. SeatGeek, man. And who else we have here? SeatGeek and Amazon Music. Amazon Music is our other sponsor, man. Amazon Music. And what you can do there, man, if you listen to your favorite jams, ad-free, get 1 month. If you sign up right now, get 1 month for free on Amazon Music. And all those links are if you click into the description box below, all those links will be right there, man. So go in and get some discounts courtesy of the Real to Sports Podcast, man. Check out those good deals right here on the Real to Sports Podcast. All right, man. I got the dog right here, the legendary Q Dog. The legendary Q Dog. We are almost finished with this. We got a couple more games. Actually, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more games to go. As we gotta give our predictions for week 16, man. So next game, we have the Dallas Cowboys traveling down south to Hard Rock Stadium to take on the Miami Dolphins. This is gonna be a good game, OG. This is gonna be a good game. The Cowboys versus the Dolphins. Who you got in this one?
Yeah, definitely a good game. I don't know if Tyree Hill playing this game.
I think so. I don't see any injury report here.
Okay. It's gonna be a good game. I think the Cowboys gonna look back and try to get their face back from last week. It was on the road and they got smacked around in Buffalo. Now they go further south to Miami, and they don't want
their face back.
They got their face smacked. You know, they want to get their face back. And if they don't do it early, it might be the repeat of last week, because we know this Miami team is fast and they can score some points. Secondary, bro, I hope they eat a good meal Saturday night, because these boys bringing it. The speed coming.
He's actually he's questionable, so that means he's gonna play.
He's gonna play.
Yeah, he's gonna play.
So, you got Tyreek Hill, and I mean, you not got Tyreek Hill, but you got CeeDee Lamb on the side of the Cowboy. He gonna need some help.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna be able to do it by himself with these receivers. So I don't know who on the opposite side, other receivers that can step up. So this is gonna be a matter of who can score the points. Mm-hmm. Because they're coming. But
they're coming.
I can't see the Cowboys scoring with these boys. So it's another loss for Miami Dolphins.
The Dolphins it is. The Dolphins it is, man. OG, I'm gonna go with you, man. I'm gonna get with you. The Dolphins, they own one, and granted, man, it's not anything to take away from the Dallas Cowboys, anything like that. Because those of you that know me, man, I got respect for the Cowboys. I actually like them. A lot of people don't like them, but I mean, I actually like them. But I don't think with this high-powered offense, man, I mean, all these teams are just, I'm going to say all these majority of these players, man, are just track stars. These guys running 4.2s.
Yeah, then what we're saying that if we look at the Cowboys during the course of the season, we see that Dak Prescott is not the quarterback that can play from behind. Yeah, he can't do it. That's not him. If they get out on him guns blazing like that, he's not that type of quarterback. He wants he wants to be in front so he can show his skill. But if he can't get in front, then he's not that type of quarterback. It shows time and time. They'll do no win, get no wins, get in the playoff, but then they'll be first round out. But I just can't see him as the quarterback, and they don't have enough guns to keep up with a team like this.
And I agree with you, man. You are absolutely right on that. And also, man, it's just the Cowboys. They just don't, for some reason, man, they just don't show up against good teams. Granted, the only team, the best team that they beat right this year is the Philadelphia Eagles. And that's more of a division game, but anybody outside of that,
that's more of like a get up type of thing for each other that they split all the time. So
yeah. But outside of that, man, I mean, because they stink against Buffalo. They stink bad.
yeah.
So, I'm gonna go with the Dolphins too, especially at home. Uh, Next game, man, the New England Patriots. They go to Mile High to take on the Denver Broncos here. Oh, gee. Yeah.
So we talked about this earlier during the podcast, talking about the story of Bill Belichick and the way that the Dolphins, the New England Patriots are headed. And we know that he's on the way out the door. That being said, Denver got smacked around by the Detroit Lions last week, which I was a shock to me. I thought they was going to at least hang in there. That was a statement game. Detroit made a statement game on that. I don't see New England being any way competitive with the Denver Broncos, especially in Mile High. This won't be good. I'm gonna take Denver Broncos.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Broncos as well. I agree with you right now. Sean Payton is actually starting to get the Broncos at a little bit of fire. I'm not gonna say they're all there all the way, but definitely see a career. I ain't gonna say a career game. I ain't gonna say that, but I see a good game from Russell. Again, though, but I did point out that the New England Patriots are 8th in the league in defense, so that could play a major factor. But again, it's kind of like how I said with the Vikings. You got a good defense, but they're going to be on the field a lot. And I believe they're going to be the New England defense is going to be on the field a lot. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Broncos on this one too as well. And Broncos won 7 games. They're trying to get up in that wild card as well. So we will see on that. All right, man. Next game, we got the Las Vegas Raiders. They're going to Arrowhead to take on the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC West Division game. This game is on the Christmas Day. Whew. Raiders or the Chiefs, Q?
Oh man, I commend the Raiders for the game they put up last Thursday. Almost scored they was up in the basketball NBA numbers when they played the Chargers. I mean, I think my Vikings had a little something to do with that. A little extra push.
They did.
So I admire that game, but can they do it again?
Right.
I really don't think they can score that many points. This is a divisional game. Boy, quarterback situation for the Raiders don't look good.
They don't.
No, he don't look good. We played against them, and I watched that whole game.
Terrible.
Matter of fact, we watched it together, me and you host.
Yes, sir.
And we seen how that guy is just like
we were doing this the whole time.
Yeah. It just was getting confused. He couldn't get it to a playmaker in Adams. It's going to take more than Adams to win this game.
Absolutely.
I preferably do not like the way Kansas City play ball. They whine the refs. They have gotten last week Patrick Mahomes and Coach Reed got big fines.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to carry them on into the playoff because they think they deserve to be back in the Super Bowl because who they are. They starting to be what they want to call the America's team, like the Dallas Cowboys. It's starting to be like that. I don't like the way things are going with them, but I don't. I think this will be I think the Raiders might come out the gate, but in the end, I don't think they have enough to hold them down. So Kansas City.
And oh man, bro, I'm gonna. All right. Of course,
let's keep it real.
I got to go all the way, baby. This is a Crow game. This is my Crow game right here. The first time we played, I wasn't really whatever. They can get that further, but this one right here, and this one right here is gonna mean home to me because A, it's on Christmas Day, and B, it's in their house. I want to be the best team in our division in their house. I that's what I want. I know. Ain't no Connell. That's my only thing though. I just don't believe in him. Yeah, he put up 63 against the Chargers. but it's just one game for me. One game just don't get me. Wow, back on the bandwagon. No, I just can't believe if he can get past the Kansas City Chiefs Monday, Christmas Day, then I can say okay, I'm with the guy. But I mean, he's more of a third string quarterback to me. He makes pretty bad decisions once he get rattled. But again, man, I believe we got enough talent on the team that can get the job done. We got number 98 on the other side of the field. We got a decent, good future cornerback in Jack with old Jack over there. So I'm gonna say, man, if we could just put a body on Travis Kelce, if we could just keep a body on him, we'll be all right. And that's when our linebacker Robert Spillane needs to step up. Hopefully go into a more of a 4-3 zone. Hope Patrick Graham put us in more of a 4-3 zone so we can actually guard that guy. But that's the game plan for me. We got Josh Jacobs coming back, Colton Miller, offensive lineman coming back. So this should be good. This is me right here. So Tuesday, hopefully I don't have to eat that crow. But this is a crow game for me. So, ladies and gentlemen, all over the world, this is a crow game for me. And I'm declaring right now that my Las Vegas Raiders defeat the Kansas City Chiefs. I said Chiefs.
Yeah, I know you said that. I'm with you on that. Sure enough, gave us one.
Boy, what you talking about? What you talking about? Yeah. So you going with the Chiefs, right?
I'm going with Chiefs on this.
Go ahead. Go with Chiefs. Gotcha. All right. We got next game here. We got the New York Giants. They're going against. It's in the NFC East. It's an NFC East division game here. The New York Giants versus the Philadelphia Eagles here. Oh, this is going to be something else. Oh, it's going to be something else right here. The Eagles, D-Rec versus Philly G. D-Rec versus Philly G in this one here. All right, so big dog.
You said they playing in Philadelphia.
Yeah, the Giants versus the Eagles.
Well, this will be a divisional game. You know how I feel about divisional games, but
yeah,
the Eagles, man, they done dropped 3 in a row.
Yeah.
So what more better team to take it out on than the New York Giants?
Yeah, I know that's right.
Yeah, I mean this can be a good a tune-up game for the playoff. But at the same time, it can be a trap game if you let them play with you.
Right.
But I see the Eagles, just the fact that they done dropped 3 hot ones in a row. They got to get back on track, and this is the game to do it. And so they're gonna be fired up, ready to go. I can't see the Giants doing nothing with them. Give me the Eagles on this.
Right. You said the Eagles.
I mean the Eagles. No.
All right. Eagles it is. Yeah, I'm going to go with Philly as well. Giants just don't have any dogs. They don't have any dogs to get it done. Nah. And the Eagles got something to. They got a lot to prove now. They lost 3 in a row. Only thing is, you got a little turmoil on the team. You got Jalen Hurts really coming against saying those comments about stepping up. And I see you trying to fire him up and everything like that. And, we'll see. We'll see. But I just can't see the Giants beating the Eagles. I just can't see that. No matter what the Eagles are going through, they're still talented enough to not let the – but then again, I'm going for the Eagles. But then again, the Giants can't sleep. You can't really sleep on the Giants like that. They're bad. But they are also thieves in the night. They're a team. They are a team that can sneak up on you. They sneak up on you and get a win. So the Eagles put it like this: I'm going for the Eagles, but you can't let your guard down. You cannot let your guard down. Not against the New York Giants. As bad as they are right now, you cannot let your guard down. Because one thing about it, they got a good coaching. They got a good coaching staff. He got a good coaching staff, Brian DeBall and Wink Martindale. So Eagles it is. Now, Brother Q, last game of the week 16 here. We have two, the best teams in the NFL. We got the best team in the AFC, 11-3 Baltimore Ravens, as they travel to Levi Stadium to take on the best team in the NFC, the 11-3 San Francisco 49ers. And Q, this is to me, the biggest game of the 2023 regular season.
Yes.
The Baltimore Ravens and San Francisco 49ers. Who you got?
Well, at the beginning of the show that we had a subject where we was talking about who was more better for the team. Which one would you rather lose? Would you let Brock Purdy or Christian McCaffrey? We know that they're rolling, they're dominant, they're winning the game, and they're steamrolling into the playoffs. Mm-hmm. I said to you, and I was telling you, that the only way that you can beat this team, that you have to come in and be able to play good on both sides of the ball. Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Yes, sir.
What other team besides my boys that can play on both sides of the ball that beat the 49ers? And I had to throw that in because it's reference to what I'm about to say. So I'm not being biased, but I'm just saying it's reference to what I'm about to say. You got the Baltimore Ravens coming in that can play both sides of the ball.
That's very true. You can.
Now, once you get a team in that can play on both sides of the ball, then here it comes. It's up to Brock Purdy. Mm-hmm. It's going to be on his shoulders. Mm-hmm. They can slow McCaffrey down, but can Brock Purdy orchestrate the win? Mm-hmm. Lamar Jackson. He playing against a pretty good defense, but we all know what Lamar Jackson can do.
Yeah, we know what he can do.
We know what we can do. It's going to be the owners of Brock Purdy. We know what Lamar can do. He hasn't been taking off on his legs, and I commend him for that. He's been standing in that pocket much as he can.
Yes, sir.
Because he got weapons now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But it need be. We know that he can do that. He can take off on them legs. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that being said, but both of them good on both sides of the ball. I think the edge coming to the quarterback, to me. Mm-hmm. And we know Lamar Jackson, man. Come on now, he's on the MVP type season, and I think that he could do more damage to the 49ers defense than the 49 than Brock Purdy can do more damage to the Baltimore offense. It's just coming down to the two quarterbacks. Yeah, I'm just telling you. Yeah, that's the way it should be.
That's how it should be. That's right. That's right.
And I think Lamar Jackson is going to prove to the world that they are ready. Drew, to the game, I'm with you, baby.
All right, Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens. I like this. Baltimore Ravens. I think that I gotta go with San Fran. I don't think I'm gonna turn my back on them just yet. San Fran is just dynamic, man. Those guys. This is the game where Shanahan he's gonna really have to put on that offensive guru style mind of his against a very hard hitting, crafty Baltimore Ravens defense. Roquan Smith, Patrick Queen, like you're gonna have to, and Kyle Hamilton, you're gonna have to put on some serious play calling here. But yeah, I got to go with the Niners on this one. I got to go with the Niners. They're red hot right now. How can I say this? They are. If they could just come out, if they hit Baltimore, I could see them hitting Baltimore 21-0. I can see them hitting them, punch them in the mouth. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be a close game. But if they can get that mentality, I think they'll win the game. Definitely not gonna be a blowout. The home crowd is gonna be with them. This is the biggest game of the year. I think the 49ers will edge them out. But man, I want to go for the Ravens too. Cause I like Baltimore too, man. I really like Baltimore. They scary too, man. But I'm a lean towards the San Francisco 49ers.
And the reason why I'm gonna go with the Baltimore Ravens because just the fact that, like I said, I'm gonna keep implementing that. And I'm gonna keep implementing that because you have to be able to play both sides of the ball with this team.
Absolutely.
And they can do it. Baltimore Ravens can do it. You can't name too many teams that can do that. And they're one of them.
Right.
So that right there makes it an even playing field match right there.
Right.
But it just boils down to the quarterback. And I think Lamar's he's going to be better than him, Brock Purdy.
Yeah. Look, man, like I said, you can't go wrong in this one. You really can't go wrong. And this is a really, 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 really tough thing to make. But you really things, like you said, they both played good on the side of the field. So this is, and I really hope this is the Super Bowl.
Yeah. This is on Christmas Day too.
Yeah.
Towards the latter part of the game, everybody gonna be tuning in all over the world.
If this is the Super Bowl Q between these two teams, can you imagine the money that's going to be made between these two teams as far as bets and stuff, merchandise? I mean, oh my God, this could be actually one of the highest rating Super Bowls we've had in a while. And this is going to be hot. Let's hope it get there. All right, man. That is Week 16 predictions, man. I got the pleasure of sitting here with the legendary Q Dog himself, man. And we're doing this right here, Real to Sports podcast style. All right, man. We are at the end, and the predictions are in. So here we go, man. One of us Tuesday will be the king of predictions. It might most likely probably be the dog.
Yeah.
Most likely it'll probably be the dog. So, but again, man, check us out Tuesday. Check us out. All right, predictions are in, man, and we are at the end of the show. And that's our show for today, man. As always, we want to thank you for watching another episode of the Real to Sports Talk Show, man. Please remember to hit that thumbs up and that subscribe button and turn on that bell for all notifications. You can follow us on X, that is AKA Twitter, and Instagram and Twitch. Join our Facebook sports group, the Real Sports Group, and you can follow us on our brand new Facebook page, man, the Real to Sports Podcast. Yes, we are on Facebook, man. So go to Facebook, join that group, Real to Sports Group, and while you're on Facebook, follow our page, Real to Sports Podcast. Follow us, man. And again, man, I want to thank our sponsors. Man. Van Powers. If you're a bike rider, Van Powers is the place to be. Fanatics. Go to Fanatics, man, to get your team. See, Q Dog got his gear on right now. If you want team gear like Q Dog, if you want shirts like us, go to Fanatics, man. Go to Fanatics. SeatGeek, if you want to go to a game and get some discounts on some seats, SeatGeek is the way to be, or concerts or comedy acts. Sportsline, man. Sportsline is one of our sponsors as well, man. If you want all the news on NFL, man, go to Sportsline. And Fantasy Sports Evo. Go play some fantasy sports, man. Teams. Choose teams instead of players. Less complicated, but more fun. And if you want ad-free music, if you want to jam to your music all day long, sign up to Amazon Music. 1 month free, courtesy of the Real to Sports Podcast. All those links are in the description box below. Go there and sign up right now. It's all on us, man. All the discounts, all of it on us. Have fun with that. All right, man. Again, man, it's a pleasure doing a show with the legendary Q Dog. Take us out, Q Dog.
Oh man, I'm glad people tuned in today for this show. Like I said, this is geared towards the playoff race, and all these games they're very important. Whether you're holding a certain position in your division, or you're trying to stay in the playoff hunt, or you're trying to get in, every game is crucial. So we get down to the nitty-gritty. Thank y'all for tuning in. I hope everyone out there and everybody in the entire world and every kid in America get to enjoy their Christmas and get everything that they want. Y'all can have it. I'm done. I move on to other things in life, but I wish you parents out there a successful Christmas with your children. And so I will see y'all Tuesday. We'll have more scores of Sundays and Monday games, Christmas Day games, and I will see y'all Tuesday. Enjoy.
You ain't buy no toys, bro. No toys and no pampers. Q said he ain't go down that aisle, bro.
Nah, bro.
Oh man.
Ain't do it.
Oh boy, man. I feel you, bro. Oh man. All right, man. As the dog say, man, we are back in the building. It's Tuesday, man. We will have all the scores from around the NFL for Week 16, man. And so come on back. So come on back, man. We got sports to talk about this coming Tuesday at 7 p.m. live right here on YouTube, man. On behalf of me and the legendary Q Dog, man. Believe in your team all the way, but most importantly, believe in yourself. Everybody around the world, be safe and stay safe. We wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas from the Real Sports Podcast. We are out, down, up.